I hope your day is full of tambourines and harmonicas and triangles and cowbells and percussion like drums and steel drums and guitars, acoustic guitars and electric guitars and sitars. Isn't that an instrument? I did take musical cultures of the world. I don't think it did much. What's up, guys? I hope you're having a musical-ass day. I hope your day's full of pianos and keyboards and synths. Gotta have synths. Synths are special. Guys, it is I, Shank, reporting live from Shank Palace for another episode of Shank for you this week with the one, the only comedian Ari Mannis. It's a great episode. You guys are going to love it. We cover a lot of ground. But before we get into this week's episode, just a couple of announcements. I am coming to New York October 8th with Kimberly Congdon. So if you're on the East Coast and you haven't seen me, look out for me. I'm going to be there with Kim. We're opening up for Joey Diaz at the Sony Theater. So it's going to be so much fun. Mark your calendar, October 8th. And then the following weekend, I'm in Vegas for Skankfest. Yes. Cannot wait for Skankfest. It's the most fun festival of all time. If you haven't seen me or Kim do a longer set, come out. Also, I have other dates. Just check out my Instagram at Princess Shank. I'm all over. I'm also working on an Austin date right now too. So it's going to be Vegas, New York, Austin. And Kim Congdon and I are doing our first ever live This Bitch podcast next week, September 1st. Come see your girls do our thing live at Mic Drop Comedy. You can get tickets to that on micdropcomedy.com. And more info on that on my Instagram at Princess Shank. Make sure you're following me. That's where I announce everything. Also, make sure you're subscribed to this podcast. If you're enjoying this podcast, leave a review on iTunes. That's how people find out about the show. We want to keep growing the show as much as possible. Also, if you're a certified Shanksta, yes, you, I now have a Patreon. So if you're looking for bonus podcasts, bonus footage, the occasional thirst trap, hit the Patreon. It's a great way to support it's just to support me, and it's ad-free content, so it's a win-win. All right, guys, before we get into this episode of Shank with Ari Mannis, there's just another thing I want to tell you about, and that's Oh Yeah socks. Oh yeah. Look down at your feet right now. Are you wearing socks? If you're not wearing socks, ask yourself why. Socks are essential. They protect your most delicate asset, your toes. Your feet, they carry you around all day long. I never wake up and say, you know what I wish I had less of? Socks. A bitch always needs socks, and it's a great way to support the show. Head to ohyeah.com. That's 3 O's, HYEAH.com. Discount code Sara, SARA 10 for 10% off. They have every type of sock you could ever want, no matter what you're into. I just got a pair of honeydew socks. They got those. They have Bob Ross. They have slippers that look like little otters. So cute. Make great gifts. There's Brady Bunch socks, MacGyver socks, Motley Crue socks. Whatever you're into, there's a pair of socks for you, and it's a great way to support your favorite show, Shank. Support the people who support the show. Head to ohyeah.com, discount code Sara10. All right, guys, let's get into this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only Ari Mannis. Here it is, everyone.
Do you do any editing, or will this right here make it in?
This right here might make it in.
Okay.
Did a fly just fly into your eye just then?
It's gonna happen. I'm smelly, man.
Is it? Is that what it is?
Man. I don't know.
It's the woods.
Yeah, I also am the type that attracts insects, mosquitoes, flies.
You're a big insect guy and reptile guy.
Well, yeah, we talked about this, but yeah, I mean something in my sweat or my pheromones. The bugs love me.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a bug guy?
Yeah. I mean, I don't like them. I don't like when bugs crawl all over me. But if I'm out in the wilderness and if me and you were hiking together,
right,
and there was one fly or one mosquito, it's going to me.
Really?
Like, you have a layer of sweat on your lip right now.
I always do. Why?
No, I'm not trying to make you feel insecure about it. But the fly should be going to your sweat on your lip.
But why?
But it's still
but
going
why
to me.
aren't they? Why do I sweat on my lip?
I don't know. It's a cute, endearing quality, though.
Thank you.
Embrace it.
Thank you. Yes, I have a sweaty lip. What's up? It's a new episode of Shank. I'm live from the canyon with the one, the only comedian Ari Mannis.
Yeah, we're here.
Nice
Round
flex.
two.
Nice flex. What's been going on in the Ari Mannis world?
I flexed, and right now I'm looking at myself on your iPhone.
Yeah.
And I look good.
Yeah.
This angle on the shirt, I'm looking in shape, but I am also the fattest I've ever been.
I would never know that you're the fattest you've ever been.
And starting right now, I'm going on a 1 meal a day thing.
Or like an intermittent fasting type
just
shit.
1 meal a day. Like last night, I ate at about 10 p.m. and then
at 10?
Yeah, because I'm not ready to commit to a schedule, but I'm going as long as I can throughout the day without eating. Then I'm gonna eat. And I'm going to try and work out more.
And then when you eat at 10, what are you having? Are you having a ribeye? Are you having...
Last night I had Chick-fil-A, so it wasn't healthy.
Whoa.
I had one unhealthy meal. But still, I feel like less calories, you know what I mean? Less.
What did
and
you
I'm not going to
get
go
from
unhealthy
Chick-fil-A?
every time. I had a French fries and a fried chicken sandwich. So it's not a healthy meal.
You went hard.
Yeah.
Well,
I went normal. A normal Chick-fil-A meal.
Is that normal?
At Chick-fil-A.
In
fries
LA?
And a sandwich. No, most people don't go to Chick-fil-A and just get a sandwich or just get fries. You gotta get I got the regular meal.
You got the regular
But
meal.
it wasn't healthy, and I'm not saying I'm doing that every time, but that's what I was craving last night.
Starve yourself all day
and then have one bad meal.
And then you have a fried chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. Please release your diet plan.
I realized that as I'm saying it out loud, and anyone listening is thinking, well, this guy is not doing it right, and that's a dumb plan. I realize that sounds dumb. It's not going to be like that every day. It was like that yesterday.
Okay, so have you eaten yet today?
No. Today I have had a Celsius energy drink.
We love a Celsius energy
water,
drink. Uh-huh.
And maybe we'll see. The problem is when you go without eating like I'm doing.
Then you binge.
Well, or I don't think I binged last night. I just had a normal Chick-fil-A meal, but you crave shitty food. You don't. It's like when you get really hungry, you're not like, oh, a salad would really hit the spot. Right
yeah,
now.
no, a salad's never hit the spot.
A chicken salad would. But if you eat normal, then it does. Then you can be like, oh, I'll have a salad for lunch, and then for dinner I'll have this.
Like, so today you're going to eat nothing all day, and then around 11 p.m. I envision you just like eating a birthday cake.
We'll see. I have, not to brag,
okay.
I have 2 hot stand-up shows tonight.
Oh, you do?
And
2 in one night?
Tonight I have 2. It's not always like a 2-nighter, but tonight it is.
Okay, where are you tonight?
Supernova and the Comedy Store.
2 great places to be.
2 hot shows, right? So
2
I want
hot shows.
2 hot shows. So I don't want to be like, I want to be in my element. I want to be feeling good. So I might go for my meal today after this podcast. I might go for a healthy meal, and then I'm not starving during the shows.
I hate eating before shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then I feel sluggish.
Agreed.
And my performance suffers.
Agreed, because I think me and you are, I'm going to lump you in with me here, we're low energy comedians. Yeah. We're definitely not high energy. That's
we're
for sure.
not high energy.
I'd say we're towards the lower end. So we do not need to be any more sluggish than we normally are.
Right.
If anything, a little pick-me-up makes me better.
Yes.
Caffeine before.
A caffeine. I do a Red Bull before, but then I'm up till like 3 in the morning.
I'm up till 3 in the morning either way.
You are? And then what time are you waking up?
10:30, 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've just accepted. That's what
a
I like.
lifestyle.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
There's chapters where I feel guilty about it, where I wake up, I'm like, damn, the day is gone. I should have woke up at 9. I should go to bed at 11. But it's not what I want.
What are you doing up until 3?
Jerking it.
Just straight jerking.
Looking up adult videos, surfing Reddit, watching YouTube, watching movies, whatever.
If you're going to look up
scrolling through Instagram, bullshit.
If you're looking up adult videos, what's your genre?
I gravitate towards reality.
What is that? Like homemade videos?
No, reality is storylines.
What do you mean, like, oh, I'm the babysitter, like that type?
Yeah. So
you like a babysitter plot
line?
No.
Stepmom, stepsister.
Oh, so you're into the steps.
Well, that just happens to be what's popular right now, and I like storylines. I'm not necessarily into that. It used to be like when I was a kid, I watched Milf Hunter. Have you heard of him?
Yes,
I wonder why they haven't brought that back.
My high school boyfriend used to make me watch Milf Hunter videos with him all the time.
Like you guys would masturbate
He
together?
he would be like, let's watch a MILF hunter
And
video.
then did you transition from that to sex? Or
I don't know. I remember this is weird now that
now
I'm saying this out loud. It's very weird. But I remember like him and his brother would put on the MILF hunter video, and I was in there.
Wait.
Yes.
You, your boyfriend, and his
brother.
That is, how old were you? 16?
Like
17?
14 or 15. That's weird.
That is weird.
Saying it out loud is weird.
I don't think it's weird to watch porn with your partner.
Lover.
Yeah. If you're into that, like, cool.
Yeah.
I've had girls who are into that. I've had, or at least in my head, I was like, maybe I'd be into that. I'll try that. I've tried it. I've done it. But yeah, to watch porn and not with your brother and his
with his brother,
with your boyfriend and his brother, and then not hook up or
right after
is. Even if you did hook up right after,
that's
weird.
Yeah, that's weird because his brother's there.
So it's all weird. Yeah, that is
weird. When
but
I say
maybe he's 14. He's
like
probably just
16.
getting into porn. Oh, he was 16.
So
and
he's
14.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's weird. Have you ever been walked in on when you're having sex, like as a teen, or like a young 20s?
My very first girlfriend, I was 17, and my mom walked in right when we finished. So we weren't mid insertion, but it was like we were laying there naked.
And what'd she say?
So my mom was really strict.
Okay.
So she was pissed. She was like, "Get dressed, get out."
No.
Brought us downstairs. She called her parents.
She called the girl's
girlfriend's
parents
and said, "Just so you know what's going on
No,
here,
no.
my son and your daughter are having sex."
No, she didn't. She didn't.
And my girlfriend at the time was a religious Catholic girl. Went to a Catholic school.
No.
Everything. Her parents were religious.
I went to Catholic school
So
too.
she
We're the biggest sluts.
Yeah, I think that she did become a big slut. No offense if she's watching. She's not. I think she's married. So, but
she's not watching.
You're right. She's not.
I always think everyone's watching.
But just to hear, just in case somehow gets back to her. Sorry, but yeah, you became a slut after. And
it's a Catholic school.
But she told her parents at the time, no, we weren't having sex. Like, we were just making out in his bed. And she lied to her parents. Like, no, we weren't. And her parents believed her. Her parents were in denial. Her parents were like, my daughter wouldn't do that. You're mistaken. Like, told that to my mom.
No, and then what'd your mom say?
My mom, I don't know. I think my mom was done. She did her part. She's like, I told her parents. If they don't want to believe it, that's on them. And then I think I talked to my ex years later. I don't talk to her anymore. Mm-hmm. And she told me that she ended up telling her parents down the road, yeah, we were having sex. Yeah, so they found out the truth. But in that moment, they chose to believe that their daughter was a sweet, innocent schoolgirl that would never do such a thing.
Yeah, my parents were on to me. I tried to have my boyfriend over while they weren't home. They're like, absolutely not. I had him over anyway.
They were strict with you too? They
were strict with me, and it just made me want to do more bad things.
I think the move, if you're a child, and maybe you have audience members that are in their 30s or are starting to have kids. Yeah. Because I think I have some audience that has kids. I think the move, and this is coming from someone who isn't a parent and probably never will be.
You don't think you'll ever be a parent?
I'm 32.
Yeah.
I have a girlfriend that's 10 years younger than me. She doesn't really want kids. I'm not anti-kids, but I'm not
pro kids.
I don't have a strong desire for kids.
Okay.
So it's not looking good. Let's say that.
But you still have, because you're a dude, you could have kids till you're like 50. The thing that's fucked up.
Yeah, I know biologically I could.
Biologically, you could do like a Larry King situation.
You could, but I mean, past 35, you're an old dad. Even now, like right now is normal. 32 is normal. Right. But yeah, 34, 35, you're like approaching older dad.
Right.
So I'm kind of in my years where if I'm going to have kids, now's the time where I should be doing it. Or
I
should
know,
be
but
thinking
it's
about
fucked up because it's just like I'm just figuring out my career and I'm supposed to have a kid.
Well, I have no career and that's not happening.
You do have a career.
But what was I saying? Oh, yes. Oh, my advice.
Yes.
If you're out there and you have kids, maybe they're approaching their teenage years. Obviously, there's within reason. If you have an 11-year-old that is hooking up with someone, that's too young. They probably shouldn't be having sex.
Red flag.
But I'd say 14 and above.
14, I think, is too young.
It is, but at 14, they're kind of making their own decisions. They're in high school. You can't really stop it. So if you're a 14-year-old that is dating someone, I think the best move is to give them condoms and say, hey, I know this is awkward and you don't want this talk from your dad, but you have a boyfriend. You guys are probably hooking up or thinking about hooking up or wanting to hook up. If you do, don't be an idiot. Don't get pregnant. Don't get your girlfriend pregnant. Use this.
My parents put me on birth control.
Or put them on birth control.
You're going on birth control. I was like, why? Like, because we don't want a teen pregnancy.
Yeah. And it's like, the last thing you want is your son or daughter to go through an abortion scare or a morning after pill even. It's just like this stressful, shitty situation.
Dude, one time I hooked up with this guy and he was like, he made me pay for the morning after pill, and then he said, I'll get you next time. Like there was going to be a next time. How old were you and how old was he? I was like 23 and he was like probably 30.
Was he broke?
No, he had money. He should have paid for the morning after pill. And then he goes, and then after he came in me, and then he was like, I'll get it next time. Like insinuating that there's going to be another time he's just going to come in me. And I'm going to and I'm going to have to get the morning after pill again from him. I'm like, what do you mean you'll get it next time?
That is not a gentleman.
That is not a gentleman.
But I do give him props for the confidence of pulling that move. Like, it is weird. Like, I assume that you guys did not get serious at all.
No, we definitely, that was it.
Yeah. And this is my theory on that after hearing that, and you correct me if I'm wrong. He did not give a fuck about you. Like, he came in you and was like, I'm done with this girl. I'm not paying for shit. I'm not paying. It's like, it's like after I come, if a girl's like, you should get us food, I'm like, oh, I'm not that hungry, actually. It's the same situation. But before you nut, you're like, you want food? Sure. What do you care? Postmate. Order whatever you want. I'll pay for it.
Yeah. One time I had really bad sex with a guy, and we were staying at a hotel, so I made him buy me like room service. Like I ordered like 5 different things. I didn't even want the things. Just the sex was so bad.
Oh, after.
After we fucked, I was like, I didn't come. This was horrible.
Yeah, you're like, at least spend money on.
At least buy me a fucking cheeseburger. It's the least you can do. He's like, what do you want? I'm like, a cheeseburger, pancakes, like over the top order.
But to his credit, he did it.
Yeah.
He got it for you.
He did.
Did he? So that guy probably really liked you and wanted more sex with you.
Probably, but the sex was so bad.
That you never hooked up with him again?
I never hooked up with him again. And I had every intention of hooking up with him multiple times because he was like hot. He was in a band. And he was in a band that one of my exes loved. So it was like
revenge.
It was also like it was like a twofer. It was like he's hot and he's also in a band that my ex loves.
Maybe it would have gotten better.
I don't think so.
It was that bad. You're like,
it was that bad. Every part of the hang was that bad.
Oh, not just the sex.
It was one worse thing after the next worst thing. But he was good looking.
Was he the drummer?
Singer.
He was a lead.
He was a lead singer. You'd think that he would have good dick as like a lead singer.
This is just an opinion I created right now. But
I'm gonna listen.
I'm gonna go with it. If you're a lead singer of a band, that's why most lead singers bands don't have good dick because that's why they become lead singers of the band.
Oh, they have weak dick, and
any musician, any comedian, any actor, any artist.
Yeah.
Why are they doing their art form? To get chicks.
For pussy.
Yeah, I love comedy. Yeah, I love the art form. Yeah, I love acting.
But it's a lot.
It's fun. It's a good job. I'm not saying, but deep down, you want to be successful enough and funny enough to where you're wanted by the world. But I want girls sliding in my DMs. I want guys sliding in my DMs.
You want guys sliding in your DMs too?
But I'm just saying we're mentally ill. We want attention. We want validation. And same thing with lead singers of bands. You think it's because they're like, I love music and the art form? Yeah. Sure. Okay, cool. But deep down, every lead singer is a fuckboy. Every lead singer is a rock star. They want to go out and they want to have groupies and they want to have orgies on their bus. That's what it is.
No, I know.
Yeah.
You're right. You don't understand how many fuckboys I've had entanglements with, as Jada would say.
First off, every girl has had fuckboy entanglements. Every pretty girl's had even more. And then every girl in LA has had even more. LA is the fuckboy capital.
It's the fuckboy capital.
Yeah.
And every time for like my 20s, I was like, I'm going to be able to flip this fuckboy. I'm going to turn this hoe into a housewife.
Know. You could.
No, you can't.
You could.
No, they're feral. The fuckboys in Los Angeles are feral.
I'm a Los Angeles fuckboy. I've been flipped.
You've been flipped?
Yeah. I'm in a serious relationship right now. I'm devoted to her.
But what did it take to flip you?
Just
The right person?
Yeah, the right person. Love.
That hurts even
You
more
have a
because now I
connection.
know I was never the right person. But in my
Well,
head,
not
I
to-
think I'm the right person.
You are the right person to someone, just not that person.
Right.
Yeah. You know, we hung out. I didn't think it was going to
Progress.
I didn't, you know, I went into it not, in my head, not thinking this is going to be my girlfriend.
Right.
And she became my girlfriend. Now I'm madly in love.
You're madly in
I'm
love.
madly in love, so it can happen. But LA sucks, and I agree it's very hard and probably not going to happen.
Wait, did you go to the reptile show this year? Because I saw that it just happened.
No, I didn't even know about it. I would have
saw
gone.
it on
Damn,
Twitter.
I missed it. No.
I was like, I bet Ari's there. I must send you a picture of it.
100% would. I need to start going again. It shut down during the pandemic, so I stopped then. I went to my friend Brian's. He has a reptile zoo in Detroit. I went there this year.
What?
Which I was excited about.
Wait, did I see footage of you there?
Maybe I took a video. I fed a green anaconda a pig while I was there.
No,
Yeah.
Ari.
I fed this. He has a reticulated python, which is those giant pythons, like man-eaters in Africa. And I fed that a big rabbit, but the way we fed it is it like flung out and grabbed the rabbit from my hand. It was pretty wild. It was a wild experience.
Oh, so the whole time you're doing this, are you like into it?
Yeah.
You're like, this is fascinating.
I mean, deep down, if I became
Steve Irwin?
a celebrity, I'd want to be a side Steve Irwin. I'd want to have like a reptile show and do that
No.
kind of shit. Yeah, for sure. That'd be cool.
What if you got eaten? Would you want to go out by like a snack attack?
No, I think if you
A
have the
snack
right
attack?
team
I
around-
meant a snake attack.
If
A
you have
snack
the-
attack.
I'd be the
Diabetes.
snake snack. If you have the right team around you,
Yeah.
a snake could definitely fuck me up, but I don't think a snake would kill me.
And like, what's the right team?
You know,
Abby
intellectuals
Robert.
yeah, I mean, a few strong boys around you, to where if the snake gets a hold of you, they could rip it off you or cut it off you or whatever. I'm not worried about dying from a snake attack. I could probably get mangled a little bit.
Yeah, but what if you got mangled and then you had to go perform and you're all mangled? Do you think you'd still be able
I'd have to miss some shows, but at that point, if I had my own TV show for reptiles, it'd be worth it.
What would you call your show?
I don't know. Ari's Reptile World. But yeah, so like, you know, Sebastian Maniscalco, he got famous and made a cooking show, right? He cooks for people.
Right.
Boring. Done. How many comedians have cooking shows? Bert Kreischer, Sebastian, a few, and I'm not trying to knock them. They're hilarious. They're talented. But been there, done that. I want a reptile show.
Are you gonna wear
what
like
comedian
that?
has had a reptile show?
None. Are you
Actually, Steve-O and what's his name had Wild Boys.
Oh, well, that makes sense that they would have that.
But that was 20 years ago. It hasn't been done for a while.
No, and you have a new fresh spin.
Yeah, I'll have my own spin.
Are you gonna wear a hat? Like a safari hat? Like, are you going to wear, like, the full khaki Steve Irwin outfit?
I'd have multiple outfits. I'd play around with outfits. But, yeah, for sure, that's part of it.
How is your gun collection?
Hasn't progressed since I saw you last. I'm still a proud gun owner.
Do you have a gun in your bedroom still?
I have a gun hanging over my bed.
Yeah.
And that's, it's a cool characteristic, and you should do it.
Put a gun over my bed, let people know what's up.
I think if you live in America... and you're not a liberal cuck pussy bitch.
I'm a liberal cuck pussy bitch.
No,
I have
you're not.
crystals in my room, Ari.
Yeah, but you're not actually because you're friends with me.
Oh, yeah,
If you were an actual liberal cuck pussy bitch, you wouldn't be able to be my friend. You'd be like, I cannot have Ari on the podcast. He has a gun hanging over his bed. Because there are people like that we know.
Yeah.
That they're not mean to me, but they like keep their distance.
Yeah, but maybe you like that. Maybe you want them to keep their distance.
I'm torn because I want to be me.
And you want to be liked, though.
But yeah, when someone like, there's a comedian who I noticed unfollowed me on Instagram. And we didn't have any bad altercation between us. And she unfollowed me. And she's very liberal. And in my head, I was like, that's the only reason I could come up with. She's like, Ari's too crazy. Like, I'm not going to. And it hurt my feelings.
It hurts my feelings so bad when someone unfollows me.
Yeah,
and I go,
stupid,
wait, you think you're better than me? I thought we were friends coming up together.
Yeah.
Plot twist.
Yeah, you have those thoughts. You have those thoughts. Do you think you're better than me? You have the thoughts. You hate me. Whatever the reason, it's not a good. She obviously it wasn't a good thing that.
Well,
she
I had a friend that died, and then I noticed he unfollowed me, and then I was pissed. But then I was
he
like, he's
unfollowed
also.
everyone.
You had the same.
I mean, let's be honest. That guy was an asshole. He died, and now now that he died and we know why he died, I'm like, oh well, that all links to him being an asshole. So I feel bad.
Right.
But still, like, he was like, that guy changed and he wasn't nice to me.
And he unfollowed you?
And he unfollowed me.
He unfollowed me,
and
too.
He unfollowed you, and he unfollowed, and there's other people who told me he's unfollowed. Because he went through a phase.
Fucked.
Turns out it's because he hid himself and was really sad. But he went through a phase in his life where he's like, I only want people around me who I think are whatever, cool or above me. Like, if you were below him in comedy, he wasn't that nice to you.
Yeah, something happened.
So
but then it's weird to be mad at a dead person for unfollowing.
I'm not mad at him, but I'm also not
thrilled.
I wasn't torn apart as much as I would have been if he was really nice to me, and really I didn't shed any tears.
I was like, wait a minute.
That's sad. That's too bad that happened to that guy. He was he was talented, and at one point we were friends, but I was like, he also wasn't.
He wasn't
nice.
Fucking with you.
Yeah.
He unfollowed you.
He became a douche.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Dude, but I'm afraid of because you never know what your career is going to be. You can't just become a douche.
Well, I mean, I think in his case, there was obviously deeper issues that created the doucheness. It was a career.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, if you're perfectly healthy, I don't think you do become a douche. We know plenty of famous people that are really nice still.
Yeah.
Treat everyone around them respect and like equals, and hopefully that's what we would be.
Who knows?
You don't know until it happens.
You don't know until it happens.
People already think I'm douchey and I'm not famous.
Really?
Yeah, but it's usually anytime someone thinks I'm a douche, they don't know me. They heard me on a podcast or they saw my stand up and they just we all do it. We all judge people. Oh, that person's not that nice, but really I'm just shy and autistic, and people are like, that guy's a douche. But
everyone in stand-up's a little shy and autistic.
Yeah.
And everyone in stand-up just wants attention and love.
Totally. But so, yeah, anytime I hear, like, oh, that guy doesn't like you or that guy thinks you're douche, I'm like, I don't know him. I don't know him or her, and the most I've ever said to them is, hey, how are you? So it's always that.
It's on them.
At least it's never someone who gets to know me and then is like, I don't like Ari, he's an asshole. If you know me, you know I'm not an asshole. I think.
Yeah, no, you're not an asshole. What happened with your van? Did you convert it? You had a van and you were like...
Over the quarantine, I made a camper van.
And how did it come out?
It's a 2000 E350. It was... So I bought a cheap van because I don't know what I'm doing as far as conversion. I'm not a carpenter or anything like that. I don't have a background to where someone would be like, of course Ari made a van. But it was my project. We had a lot of free time.
Yeah.
And it came out pretty good.
It did?
It did. It came out so good that I want to sell it and build another one on a better van platform. Because the biggest flaw with it is that it's this old van. So I drove it. Last week I took it for a week trip. And I went up to Big Sur, Monterey, Santa Cruz with the girlfriend. We went on this week-long camping trip. And it's just driving it. It's like you're white-knuckling it the whole time because it's this old van and you have to pay attention on the road. You can't go too fast. It doesn't take turns that well. So that's the biggest con to it.
So you did a van life trip?
Yeah.
Like a Gabby Petito situation? Yeah. That's the first thing that pops into my mind.
I don't remember the killer's name, but yeah, she was my Gabby Petito. And we did talk about that.
You did?
And my van's even creepier than their van.
Really?
Their van was a newer van. My van's this old white van with this high roof. It's one of the creepiest looking vans you'll ever see. One time I went to the grocery store and I was coming out of the grocery store and I got scared of my own van. I was like, that's scary looking. It's the creepiest van.
Like, lock your doors.
Yeah, but once you're inside it, it's nice. It's nice wood cabinets. There's a full-size bed. There's a sink. There's a hot plate.
How do you shower?
So
you don't.
I have not showered with it once. My sink has a water heater, and the sink head flips around so where you could open the doors and take an outdoor shower if you wanted to.
Okay, that's convenient.
But on this trip, we were gone for 6 days, and we took 3 showers.
Okay.
2 of them were at 24-hour fitness, and one of them was at a campground.
How did you do you have a 24-hour fitness membership?
She does. And if you have a premium 24-hour fitness membership, you could bring someone with you every time.
Okay.
So I would get one. They're $20 a month. They're cheap. But
are you working with 24-hour fitness?
I wish.
Discount code Mannis.
I'll be honest. It was 24-hour fitness, they're not shitty, but they're not nice either. But
No.
they're so low tier on as far as gyms go. They don't give you towels. They don't give you shampoo. So
They don't?
So I had to bring in my own towel and my own soaps and stuff. But still, it was a shower. It was a real hot shower. So it wasn't bad.
Better than an outdoor shower.
And it was, better than an outdoor shower. It wasn't dirty. It was hot. You could take it as long as you want. My shower, I have a 20-gallon water tank in the van. So if you needed to, you could find an outdoor spot to do it, and you could take a shower, but you have to watch your water usage or you'll use up all the water really fast. So it's, especially with 2 people.
Right.
So it's basically it's an emergency shower.
It's an emergency.
I have it if you need it. Same thing with the toilet. I have a toilet on there, but you don't want to be driving around with your piss and shit in the back.
No,
seat. You don't want to have to empty out your piss and shit.
No.
all the time. So I have it if we need it, and we're like, damn, I have to go.
Did
Let's
you
use
ever
the
have to
toilet.
go?
Yeah, we each peed in it a couple times.
Okay.
And
My
emptied
nightmare would be having to shit in the camper van with my boyfriend.
Well, if that were to happen,
I would
have left the van. I would have let her do her business. I'd say, I'm going to leave, take your shit, or vice versa. Leave, I'm going to take a shit, and then I'd empty it, and then air out the van and say, okay, you can come back in. That's what we would have done, but neither of us ended up taking a shit.
Yeah, neither of you shit.
But we both peed in front of each other, but we peed
That's
in front of each other
vulnerable.
all the time.
I like peeing with the door closed.
Yeah, I've never had a girlfriend that before this one that we so openly peed in front of each other.
Do you guys have conversations?
Yeah, we'll talk while we're peeing. We'll just pee.
No, that's love.
That's love.
Peeing.
And I didn't think, and maybe in my head, because I don't like it when girls burp or fart. I've ended things with girls for burping and farting. Straight up.
Really? I never burp or fart.
I reckon
intentionally. I've never burped or farted.
That's the thing. If a girl does it unintentionally, it's fine.
That's embarrassing.
But if you do it intentionally, I think you're a gross pig.
Like,
yeah, I don't do that intentionally. I'm a guy. I don't belch and fart. I think it's gross.
It is gross. It's a little savage.
And I know that's a controversial thing. I know there's going to be someone in the comments, grow up, chicks fart. Well, I know they do. I don't want to hear it. And if they do it unintentionally, I'm not going to be like, you just farted by mistake? Get out. We're done. I'm not crazy. I'm just saying have a little manners, have a little self-respect. Don't try and be gross. Be a lady. And I'm also going to be a lady. I'm not going to.
Everyone here is being a lady.
So you don't try and fart and shit.
No, I don't fart, shit, burp.
Thank you.
I'll hold in the shit for a week if I have to.
Yeah.
It's probably unhealthy, actually. It's like, I will leave. I left my boyfriend's house in college to go shit in a Coco's.
Yeah.
Because I'm like
I
keep it a mystery.
That's an attractive quality to me. Lady. That's what I'm looking for. Some girls are like, well, I grew up with brothers. Don't care.
Don't care.
Don't give a shit. Yeah. They're not here now. I'm not your brother. Yeah.
I grew up with brothers.
I'm the guy who you want to fuck you.
Yeah.
Not your brother.
Yeah.
So don't shit in front of me.
Yeah. Don't have the same standards that you have in front of your brother with your boyfriend. Weird.
And some girls might be watching this and they think, well, I could never date him. Then don't date me. Then we're not compatible. Then we're not fucking compatible. I was in Kevin, you know Kevin Fard?
Yes.
He got married a couple years back, and he was getting married. He was having an Elvis wedding in Vegas.
Okay.
And he invited me to the wedding.
Okay.
And he said, if you get a date, like he wanted me to have fun. He's like, bring a girl to the wedding. Even though I'm sure it cost him, $50 a person or whatever.
Very nice
of him. So I had met this girl after a show, and we were talking. We didn't really know each other. And I was like, do you want to go to a wedding with me? And she was like, yeah. So she flew to Vegas for a 3-day trip.
No.
I'd never hung out with.
No. I could never do that.
Ballsy, right?
3 days?
It was like exciting. It made it exciting. I was like, ooh, I'm going to my friend's wedding. I'm going with this
stranger.
this fresh new pussy. There ain't no pussy like new pussy, right? So with this new girl, I sound so gross. I don't want to identify as this pig, but I am. So
you are who you are,
I
Ari.
am who I am. So, but I also am romantic and was thinking, who knows, maybe we'll fall in love on this 3-day adventure. I was hoping for that. I was. So
yeah, I do feel like before you got into a relationship, you were looking for love.
I am. I'm looking for love. I'm not expecting it as much as I used to. I'm kind of more. I have my guard up a little more, but
like a foster animal.
Yeah, like, but I don't like playing the field. I don't like the chase. I like the comfort of having someone. Anyway, not to get all gay or whatever, but so
we love it when you get gay here on Shank.
I'm a gay guy. So I go to Vegas.
Yeah.
She gets there. Her flight got there first, so she's waiting for me in the hotel room.
Okay. She's in the hotel room before you.
Yeah, we're staying at the Trump Tower.
Oh.
Very nice hotel.
Okay.
And even if you're anti-Trump, I recommend staying at the Trump Tower in Vegas for a couple reasons.
All right, let's hear.
Number one, it's not owned by Trump at all. He gets zero profit from the Trump Tower. They're using his name because he had built up a legacy of nice things. He has golf courses, hotels, even before he was the president.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's probably hurt their business, I'm guessing. I don't know. But it's owned by Hilton.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not. There's no affiliation with Trump. He gets zero of the money. So if you're worried, like, I don't want to give that guy my money, he's not getting any of it. He got bought out.
Okay.
But the other reason why it's great is the Trump Tower is the only hotel, I believe, that's on the Strip, or it's either off the Strip or on the Strip, that doesn't have a casino.
Oh.
So I love it. You walk through the lobby, there's not all these ringing and lights.
You don't
everywhere.
like the casino.
No, and there's shuttles that go to all the, if you like gambling, you can still go to gamble. There's shuttles that take you everywhere. Caesars, all the places.
Caesars is disgusting.
Whatever hotel you're into, Bellagio, I don't know.
Okay.
There's shuttles that take you. I don't even like Vegas. It's making me sound like a Vegas guy. I was there for a wedding.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't like gambling, which is another reason why I don't like Vegas, so the Trump Tower is great.
Okay.
So she gets the Trump Tower first.
She's farting in the room.
I get there, and she's like, I forget what happened, but she's like, I got a burp. And then she like belches.
No.
And I like couldn't hold back. I made like a gross up face. I'm like, what? I was like, did you just burp in front of me? Like, this is our first time meeting. and she goes lying. She goes, I grew up with brothers. and I was so honest. I was so blunt. I was like, I do not like it. I think it's gross, and I don't think that's cute, or something like that. I don't find that attractive.
And
like,
then what'd you say?
Holding your burps, and I was like, and I will too. I'm not gonna be in front of you. That was like hour one. That was hour one of meeting this chick.
Told her to hold in her
Something
burps.
Like that. I was like, I don't like that. And then her response to that is she continues to do it, which respect to her, like she wasn't like, I'm gonna bend will to this guy. She
got defiant.
Yeah, but she kept burping and farting. So
farting too.
Yeah, burps and farts. So hour 3, like as soon as she kept doing it, I was like, I was not attracted to this woman at all. So now I'm night 1 of the trip. I am unattracted to this human being, and I have 2 more nights with her, or 1, or whatever it was. I think it was 3 days, 2 nights.
No, this is a nightmare.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. So the next day we go to the ceremony, and she's my date. I don't want to be a dick, so I like bring her with me, and guys are coming out. My friends are coming up to me like, she's cute, good, like, good job, man. 3-day weekend with her, like nice. And I'm like, nope.
She's just burping and farting.
Yeah, it's not like could barely. I think we had sex once or twice in the 3 days.
Did she fart during it?
No, she didn't fart during it, but it was like hard to maintain an erection. That's how unattracted to her I was.
No.
Sorry if she's listening to this. She was nice. I hope
she's
we're
not
friends.
listening.
We're friends.
I always think everyone's listening. Wait, no.
She still follows me on Instagram. So.
Okay, so she might be listening.
Yeah.
I went to Vegas with a dude for a week. It was horrible. He started making smoothies in the bathroom.
What's wrong with that? Did he make you one?
I didn't want to eat it.
Why?
Because why are you bringing your blender with you?
But it's a clean hotel bathroom.
No. I can't have you making smoothies in the bathroom, Ari. No.
I'm on his side so far.
You are?
Yeah.
He brought a Vitamix. He brought bananas and strawberries. This fucker was blending smoothies in the bathroom, which to me it's like
Marry
the bathroom.
This guy.
No.
If I woke up to a girl making me a smoothie every day
in the hotel bathroom,
awesome. Even cooler.
No, like less than 5 feet.
Was he a health freak? Great shape.
He was a vegan.
Okay, I'm back on his side.
I'm like, I can't have you a vegan blending me smoothies. Then this is also something he did while we were in Vegas. I just got brought back to it. He was eating barbecue nuts in bed. I don't know who eats BBQ nuts.
Vegans, that's it.
Vegans. And his hands were covered in like a residue from the nuts.
Yeah, the barbecue thing. Do you like them?
Yeah, it was gross
like
to me. And then he took his barbecue covered hands and wiped them on the hotel sheets.
Okay,
and then I screamed. And
Literally?
I was like, this is never going to work. I couldn't handle him.
You said that to him?
Yeah, I was like at my breaking point. And then I go,
how long have you been dating before the trip?
Months. Like, this trip was the end of it for me. The trip.
Trips are good. Because
they're
tests.
They're eye-opening.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't have you rubbing BBQ nuts on my sheets every day for the rest of my life.
That guy sounds like a disgusting animal.
He was.
Do I know him?
Yeah. You do. That's the best part.
Oh, I think I know who.
Yeah.
Because I only know three of your relationships in my head.
Yeah.
And I know the vegan one. Yeah. I think vegetarian, or full vegan.
I don't know right now.
Okay, but he goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was an eye-opening experience, and I was
experience.
pissed. I was grossed out. I was like, he's like, what do you want for lunch? I go, chicken. Up to this point,
you're respecting his diet up to that point. You're like, we can go to Veggie Girl.
Yeah.
Babe, whatever you want.
And
then you're like, I want fucking chicken.
I want chicken. Like, out of spite. I ordered chicken from him.
Hilarious.
Dude, yeah, trips are really eye-opening in relationships.
It sucks because diet is one of those things where you think, like, if I really like the person, they could eat whatever they want, and I could eat whatever I want, but it doesn't work because eating with someone is like bonding and is part of the relationship.
I want to be able to share something.
Yeah, I love picking out with a girl. I love, like, you want to go to Chick-fil-A together? And she's like, yeah, let's get Chick-fil-A. And then we're freaking eating in the car.
That's the only thing you eat all day.
Yeah, and we're just like, yeah, that was so good. Or eating pizza together and picking out. I don't know, it's part of a relationship.
Yeah, and also, like, I like sharing food, too.
Mm-hmm.
Bitches love sharing food. Cause
yeah,
like, I don't want to have a full mac and cheese, but I'll have some of yours.
I love eating my girls' leftovers, too, because every hot girl will get, like, when we get there, they order, like, 5 things because they're hungry, and then they have 2 bites of everything, and then it's like, I get a second meal.
Yeah.
It's tight.
That is tight.
You don't want to waste food.
No, you don't want to waste food.
It's not going to be good later. You got to eat it.
Ugh. Well, like, okay, I've dated guys who don't like taking leftovers. And I'm the bitch that's like, okay, let's take that to go.
I'm such a pig that there's usually not leftovers with me because I'll eat it all right there.
Right there.
So if there's leftovers, I'm just eating 2 meals.
So are you like a plate switcher? Like, here, babe, give me your plate. And then you put your empty plate in front of her.
And I am. But this sounds like I steal her food. I'm like, are you fully done? Like, you're done? She's like, yeah, I'm full. Then I take it and finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a perk.
Yeah.
That's one of the perks of being in a relationship.
I'm not like, you done with that? And she's like, no, still eating. And then I'm not doing that. Yeah. I'll try it once. As soon as she gets her meal, can I have a bite? 1 bite. Then I've tried it. And then when she's done eating, I'll take it.
Dude, I can't believe the burping, farting chick.
But you're on my side of that.
I'm on your side of that, but I do know people on the other side of it.
Yeah, there's people on the other side.
There's some defiant ladies out there.
The people on the other side, the people who are pro chicks burping and farting, are the same type of people that go hiking with a boombox and make everyone else listen to their music as they hike.
Nothing's worse.
Shitty, but there's people on both sides of that too. They're like, well, I want my music and walk past me or slow down so you don't have to hear it if you don't want it. I'm like,
what about the people who have conversations on speakerphone in public?
Worst. Or same thing, I went to the beach recently and someone was on their towel at the crowded beach and they had a boombox on their towel. And they were just, everyone within 100 feet is listening to that guy's music.
That's main character energy.
Douchebag.
You know what else? Wait, what was I going to say? Not me forgetting exactly what I was going to say just in the moment. Something about the beach. I forgot.
Which is how far is it a drive from here to Malibu Beach?
Like, I can go to the beach in 15 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so I've been going to the beach a lot.
That's good.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I love the beach, but since I live In West Hollywood, it's like 30 minutes at least each way.
At least.
Like I barely go to the beach.
It makes a big difference in my mood, the beach.
Yeah. It's hard to be sad at the beach.
It's hard to be sad at the beach.
And even if you are sad at the beach, it's a good it's like one of the best sadnesses.
It's like kind of meditative sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you meditate?
I don't consciously meditate, but I think
you load your gun up and that's a meditation for you.
I do meditation. I do activities where I think I'm like subconsciously meditating, like showering.
Do you go to the gun range?
Shower in the dark, the gun range. I usually, instead of going in a gun range because I'm cheap, I'll go to Walmart. I'll buy a bunch of targets and ammo, and then I'll drive out to the desert and kind of just have a gun day.
You have a gun day? Do you bring your girlfriend with you? Have you had?
I have before.
Does she like
not
it?
Not my current girlfriend, but I brought girlfriends. I'd like to with my current girlfriend. Yeah, or I'll bring friends.
Come on, babe. We're gonna have a gun day.
I've never done it alone. I've never had a solo gun day.
You haven't.
I like doing it with others, whether they're into guns, or even if they've never shot a gun.
I just went on a date where a guy brought me to a gun range. I was like, I have to leave.
You didn't like it?
I hated it.
Oh, we'd never work. Yeah.
It gave me anxiety.
I'm okay if someone said I've never done that, but if someone goes and was like, I can't be here.
Yeah.
Nah.
No, that was me. I was like, no.
That just means you're just
pussy.
like a hot girl. That's just hot girl vibes.
But there's some hot girls, like, because in my head, I also took an ex to the gun range downtown, the gun club, the LA gun club.
Oh, so you are okay with gun ranges.
Well, I thought that I was going to be okay with gun ranges.
Uh-huh.
I took this dude. I thought I was going to be like Angelina Jolie. Like, in my head, I'm like, this is hot.
You wore the earmuffs and stuff, right?
I did. Okay. And then I started crying. So we had to leave after we paid. And then I went again like 2 weeks ago on a date.
So you were like, it's been enough time. I think I know what to expect this time. I could handle it.
Yeah, because I didn't want to like pussy out.
So what about it? Do you hate, like, is it the noise?
It's the noise. And I'm already kind of a neurotic, anxious person. So anytime the thing went off, I would be like, anytime I heard a shot, which was constantly, I was like twitching like a psychopath.
Do you have a fear of getting hit by a bullet? Like,
I'm like, I don't trust any of these people.
Right.
I don't know who the fuck these people are.
You think that someone's going to fuck up and you're going to get shot.
Well,
I'm just trying to understand
but I'm also like, if this is so safe, then why do I need to have goggles on? And why do I need earmuffs on?
Well, to be honest, you really don't. But it makes the experience more enjoyable because it's really loud. So if you're not wearing earmuffs, your ears are going to ring after. But you don't need them. You'll be fine. It's like when you go to a loud concert and then your ears ringing all night. It's like you didn't need the earplugs, but they would have probably been nice to have. And then same thing with the goggles. You don't need them. You'll be fine if you shoot a gun, but
I'm afraid of
a shell could hit you, or gunpowder smoke could get in your eyes. It's just better.
Dude, I don't want to be going around with an eye patch because I had a little too much fun at the range one weekend.
You could go golfing without a golfing glove, but you're going to have a blister at the end of the day. You'll be fine.
Well, what if I come back with a lazy eye from the gun range?
Yeah, you might have a lazy eye for a day.
Not worth it. I don't think lazy eyes are for a day or two. I think they move in. I think once you have a lazy eye, I don't think it could go back straight.
I'm not as big of a gun snob as you think I am, so I'm not an expert, but I've never met someone who has a lazy eye from going to the gun range without goggles or shooting guns without goggles. I don't think that's a thing.
Oh, I bet they're out there. Sound off in the comments below if you have a lazy eye.
They exist, but they're small numbers. Most people throughout the country don't go to gun ranges. They just shoot because they live on a farm or something, and they're not using goggles and earplugs.
See, okay, but that's less scary to me. Like shooting in the desert where you're the only person shooting, less scary than shooting with a bunch of mentally ill people.
I use earplugs, but I don't do goggles.
But I will say the second gun range I went to a couple weeks ago was outdoors, which I liked a lot more.
It's more fun
than the indoor one.
It's my favorite type of shooting is skeet shooting. And that's when they shoot the clay pigeons in the air, and you have a shotgun and you shoot them out of the air.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
It's the most fun. Shooting a target inside is fun, especially if you've never shot a gun before. It's still fun, but it's way less fun.
I'm also just like, I'm holding something that could kill someone.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't like that power. I'm like, bring me flowers, not guns. I'm like fucking a liberal pussy.
I will say that.
I tried it twice.
You tried twice. There's plenty of girls out there who I'm like, you want to go shooting guns? She goes, nope. And I'm like, have you ever done it? She goes, nope. And I'm like, you want to try it? Nope.
Wait,
like,
okay, even worse, I made this guy pay. We got out there.
Makes sense.
I start crying. We had to leave.
If you're a gentleman, you pay. Especially when it's new, like it's not your girlfriend.
Dude, yeah, tell them. Let them know.
My girlfriend
not all of
right
them
now,
know.
Not to keep talking about my girlfriend.
No, I want to know.
She's rich. Like with her own, she makes good money. And I still pay most of the time.
Yeah, that's nice.
But every now and then I do let her pay.
That's
I'm
nice.
not like I pay every time. I'm the man.
Yeah.
But I mostly pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Dude, I had a guy that would pay for stuff and then he'd make comments about how he paid for it later.
I don't make comments, but I
that.
do. So we went on that road trip.
Yeah.
And I feel bad about it as I'm doing it, but I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
My van gets like 10 miles to the gallon.
Okay.
So just went to Northern California and back. Literally spent $1,000 on gas, and every time I filled it up, it like hurt because it was like $150 to fill up this van every 3 hours, of driving or whatever it was.
That's so annoying.
So I would say, like, when I got out of the van, I was like, well, about to go drain my bank account. Like, I'd make comments. And then she'd be like, do you want me to chip in? And I'd be like, no, sorry, I don't. But I couldn't help but, like, comment on it. And I'm not a cheap Jew. I'm not, like, the type of guy that's, like, cheap. And I'm not. But in that moment, I was like, oh, this stings.
No, I had a guy who would like buy stuff and then later he'd be like, yeah, I did buy your last 4 salads. And I was like, oh, he's like keeping score of all the salads he's buying.
He'd be like, maybe you pay this one time.
Yeah.
That type of thing. Yeah.
But I was like, just ask me to pay and be like, have a conversation around it. Don't be like, well, I did buy your last 4 salads.
Right.
Like you've been ruminating on it.
Yeah.
He made it so weird.
You thought about it every time.
Now
you're keeping score because they're keeping score.
Yeah, I'm like, do you want me to buy your salad? I was like,
Right.
I can't be stressed about buying your fucking salads.
Right.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, money is complicated. That's why I just want to marry a girl. And then we share money, and then it doesn't matter who pays.
Half of everything.
Or you could pay, I could pay. It doesn't matter. It's coming out of one bank account.
Which is also the same bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does this thing now, too. She makes such good money where she'll Venmo me $100 randomly.
That's hot.
It's hot. Seriously, the first time she did it, I straight up got an erection. I was like, what?
She just gave you money?
Yeah, she's like, treat yourself to lunch today, baby. I felt like a sugar baby.
No better feeling.
And it was so cool.
Yeah.
And by the way, I've spent way more than, again, if we were to calculate it up, I think I've spent more. I'm not like.
Yeah.
But still, it was cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's thoughtful. Because there's nothing worse than someone who never offers to pay ever when you're in a long relationship. It's like, at least every once in a while, have the wherewithal to be like, it's on me today. It doesn't have to be all of the time, but It needs to be sometimes, because there's nothing worse than someone who you think is trying to take your money.
And I've dated girls who weren't trying to take my money, but that's what they grew up expecting. That was like the culture their parents raised them in. Is like, the guy's a gentleman. The guy pays for everything. My very first girlfriend expected me to pay all the time. And now I would consider them, even if they're not Jewish, I would call them a Jap.
Yeah.
Japs want to be paid for every time.
Yeah.
I don't consider you a Jap.
Yeah.
Even though maybe you are, I am. But I don't think you really are.
No, I offer to pay. Not on the first date, though. If you're not paying like the first date, then it's not gonna work.
No, I agree. And the guy still has to be a gentleman.
Right.
I'm not saying 50-50. I'm just saying if the girl just expects it 100% of the time,
or you got to make an effort. You got to make an effort.
But here, I don't consider you a Jap because, I don't know, you have tattoos on your wrist. You live in Topanga.
Yeah.
You're a stand-up comedian. Like, there are some Japanese stand-up comedians, but you're not like.
I'm not like full Jap.
A full Jap to me.
Mm-hmm.
First off, would never date another comedian or someone who a full Jap
would
expects
never.
their man to have a good steady job. They want their man to, if they're marrying a guy who's going to buy them a house, a car, their kids are going to private school.
Yeah.
They expect those things. That's an expectation. Not like,
right.
I would like it if the guy had a good job. It's like, I only date a guy with a good job we're going to own a house and our kids are going to private school.
I wish I had those standards.
No.
Because I've dated.
I hate people who have those standards.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, those girls are obnoxious.
Well, there's a lot of those.
Yeah,
in
they're
LA.
all obnoxious.
In LA?
Yeah.
Also,
in my opinion.
So obnoxious.
I'm not compatible with those people.
You can't be demanding. You can't demand someone to pay for something all of the time and give nothing in return. Because then it's a one-sided relationship, and that's going to breed resentment, which, who wants that?
I also just don't like materialism. And And when I say that, I'm not saying I don't like girls who spend money and buy things, but I don't like girls who have Gucci handbags or Louis Vuitton bags. It's like you don't need. There's no advantage besides like
people knowing.
People knowing. Same in Mercedes, for example. There is an advantage. They're luxurious. They're nice, but still, girls who are like, I need a Mercedes. It's like no, you should be fine with a new Honda. Like I don't know. So those type of people,
like label whores. I don't like a label whore.
Yeah, label whores. Yeah. They tend to not be compatible with me, is all I'm saying. Good for if that's what you're into, fine, but I don't.
Yeah, but also I would rather have like a really cool purse no one has than like a Prada bag just because it's a Prada bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's just, I can't help. Maybe this is just the cheapness in me, but when I see this wallet, I'm like, there's no advantage to it. You're just spending $400 for
it's like dumb. You have less money in your wallet that's in your Prada bag than the amount that the Prada bag costs. Yeah, that's dark. It's like you shouldn't have like only $20 in your wallet inside your Prada bag and then a $5,000 bag, whatever.
Agreed. And I do think it changes if you're loaded. If you're a multimillionaire and you want to buy a Gucci bag or a Gucci wallet or a Mercedes, cool. Spend your money. Like, what else are you going to spend it on? Have the nicest things, flash it a little bit. Fine. But if you're like if you rent an apartment and you have a Prada bag, put that in your bank account.
Yeah, so dark. Yeah. That's so dark.
Yeah. If you're a renter, you should not own a designer handbag.
Yeah, I agree.
In my opinion.
Well, what about the people who have the nice thing, but then they have to draw attention to the nice thing? They're like, I'm going to get in my Tesla right now. I know someone who does that. You know them too.
Do they do it as like a joke, half joke?
No, they're doing it like, oh yeah, the Tesla's here. We got to go. Come on, let's go get in the Tesla.
It's weird. I do want a Tesla.
I do too.
The autopilot feature
is so cool. And you can, if you forget to roll up a window, you can do it from, like, say I left a window rolled up, I could do it from here.
That's cool. I didn't even know it did that.
And it has this feature where you can play, you can make it like Santa mode. Mm-hmm. And so it plays Christmas music on the outside. That's a little much.
It's much, but it's cool that someone took the time to do that.
Yeah.
If I thought about this, and if I had money, I would get a Tesla.
You would.
Teslas are the new Priuses. Mm-hmm. Priuses back in the day, if someone had a Prius, they might be Larry David, and they might be someone who works at Taco Bell, or not Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It might be someone who does Uber.
Yeah.
Teslas are now kind of that thing where even though they are expensive, so if you have Tesla, you do have some money, they're kind of like, it could still be a really rich person in there.
I would rather a Tesla than a Porsche.
My dad's rich. He just got the Tesla Porsche, the electric Porsche.
Ooh, cool.
It's really cool, but it doesn't have the auto driving.
It doesn't?
I want the autopilot.
You want the autopilot?
I want to get on the freeway and then go on my phone and text.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's stressful to me. But you just completely trust the machine. Because it's not like you're someone who drinks, right?
I don't drink.
Do you smoke weed?
A little.
Rarely.
Not a stoner.
Yeah.
I don't fully trust it, but I think I will fully trust it. And I still trust it enough now to text and drive. I would just glance. Because I do that anyway. I text and drive now, and I don't have a smart car.
That's bad.
It's bad, but I am admitting it I admit that I have an issue with it.
This is a safe space. I'm sorry for shaming you.
Rather than, at least I'm saying, well, if I had money, I would get that car so it's safer for everyone around me. Whereas right now, everyone's in danger around me.
Yeah, please get a Tesla.
I even got in an accident from texting and driving.
No.
A year ago, texting and driving, just rear-ended someone at a stoplight.
No. Yeah. You know what I did? This is worse.
What?
I was live streaming on Periscope.
I've done that, yeah.
And you crashed.
You crashed.
Yeah. And
how many people were watching?
65.
What'd they do?
They were like tweeting at Kim, is Sarah okay? She just crashed on Periscope. It was
I can't believe I didn't hear about
it. It was so embarrassing. I was trying so hard not to let people know about it.
That's why I didn't hear, but you did a good job.
Yeah, but so that was a while ago. It was probably like, I don't know, when Periscope first came out. It doesn't even exist anymore.
You could laugh about it.
But how embarrassing.
That's really embarrassing.
Having an audience watch you crash and it's your fault.
I'm proud
and then
of
being
you
like,
for
well, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And then
like, guys, I just crashed.
Yeah.
What if you got in a horrible crash and you like got hurt and you couldn't even end the stream and it's just still streaming?
And that's so dark.
Oh
that would be so dark. I'm on a stretcher. It's like all on fucking Periscope.
Dang, that's so funny.
I get a huge audience from it.
Have you drove and streamed since?
No, I'll never do that again.
Yesterday I was driving to my stand-up show and I Instagram lived on the way there.
You did? Do you have like a holder for your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I don't have that.
But I was still like reading the chats while driving.
You're like...
I have lane keep assist and adaptive cruise control.
I have lane that too. Lane keep. I don't know.
So on the freeway, it doesn't drive itself, but it keeps you in the middle lane for the most part. And if a car is in front of you, it slows down. So I wasn't fully reckless.
Well... That's better than me. I was like, yeah, totally. I'm going to make a left now. And then just crashed into somebody in San Diego.
But no one got hurt. My accident was in San Diego.
No, San Diego, downtown.
Did anyone get hurt?
No, but I rear-ended this guy. And then afterward, he wanted me to go with him to a Padre game. And I was like, absolutely.
He asked you out?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That guy is confident. Hey, this girl hit me. She's kind of cute.
You want to go to a Padre game?
But you rejected him?
I rejected him because he was wearing like Jesus type sandals, and that was a no for me.
Like thongs or?
Oh, they were like woven, like brown.
That's crazy. That first off, it's crazy that he asked you out to begin with.
When it was my fault.
When it was your fault, but that does make it a little better. And then secondly, it's crazy that you rejected him solely because of his sandals.
Well, it was also his vibe.
One time I gave someone a love tap on the freeway.
Okay, you rear-ended them slightly.
There was zero damage to your car, but we pulled over to the side because...
You're a respectable gentleman.
Yeah, and there could have been damage.
Right.
So, just bumped her, but nothing happened. We pulled over, and she got out, and she was really cute. And I wanted to ask her out.
But you couldn't.
But I did. I was like, I cannot be the guy that hits a girl and then hits her car and asks her out. Like, that's scum of the earth.
But it's kind of a power move. And then she feels obligated to go out with you. There's nothing worse. It's like, I owe you money and now I have to reject you.
I'll admit what I did. So we exchanged numbers for I was like, if there's
the story's changing now.
No. I never asked her out. And I genuinely exchanged numbers, not because I was like, this girl's cute. I said, take my number down and I'll take yours. And if there's any damages to your car, let me know so I could pay for it. Like, just being a nice guy. And that was the sole intention of doing it. I had no ill motives or sexual motives or blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
We exchanged numbers. And then I'm scrolling through Snapchat.
Yeah.
And you know how it has that like auto contact features? So I see that like her Snapchat pops up.
Yeah.
Just like, do you want to add? It was under like cute girl I hit on the freeway or something. Is what I saved it as.
Okay.
And I see it in the Snapchat and I added her.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, if she adds me back,
then I'll ask her out.
Game on. She never added me back. So then I didn't do anything.
I was just asshole who hit me in her contact.
Idiot who hit me, probably. Because it was like, why'd I hit her?
Oh my
I was
God.
Driving, that's why. Yeah.
Well, that's funny. That's our pod. That's our episode.
Thanks for having me. Did I talk too much?
No, you talked a perfect amount.
Okay.
Where can people find you? Do you have anything coming up you want to plug? What's your podcast called?
Okay. My podcast called Unlicensed Therapy.
Hell yeah. When did new episodes of that come out? I've done it before.
You'll do it again. I haven't been consistent with it, but I still do it. I have 2 episodes in the can. Need to do more. Need to get back in a routine, but it's still out there. It's more active than most. And then besides that, you can find me everywhere. I got a social media. I got a website. I got YouTube. We got the Reels. Got the TikTok.
We'll link to all of that in the description.
I got shows on.
Do you have shows coming up? Because this is coming out Wednesday. So
I don't have specific shows I want to promote, but if you follow me,
you'll see them.
I post shows, and that's it. I don't want to promote anymore.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Shank. Make sure to subscribe, rate, review, hit the Patreon. There's a bonus podcast there. Thanks.
Ooh,